Live are their own and do not necessarily reflect the philosophy and policies of NORML. Listener discretion is advised.
You take a seed, you plant it, you grow it, you dry it, you roll it, you smoke it. You take a seed, you plant it, you grow it, you dry it, you roll it, you smoke it, and it goes down smooth. Hey!
Spanning the continent to bring you the truth about cannabis and marijuana law reform.
I smoke pot and I like it a lot.
From the promise of legalization.
And I think we need to rethink and criminalize our marijuana laws.
To the agony of prohibition.
One major responsibility is to encourage people to use less drugs.
The National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws presents NORML Show Live, Marijuana Nation. Now, here's your host, NORML's Outreach Coordinator, Radical Russ Belvin.
Ah, yes. Good day, tokers and tokettes, and welcome. It is Tuesday, May 8th, 2012, and it's got to be 420 somewhere in the world. Welcome to the show. We've got all sorts of great stuff to bring to you here, and a full house of people to bring it to you. Sitting to my right, of course, in the pirate's chair is Ganja John. How you doing, John?
What's up, Russ? How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and loving the hat there. What's
You
up
like
with that hat? What is that?
That's a grassroots California Pac-Man ghost hat.
Oh, well.
Ghost house hat.
Of course it is. What else the hell could I think it was?
Grassroots California makes awesome hats. I wear a lot of them.
Hanging out here on the far end of the table, we got both Wiz Khalico and Brian Blank chilling out on the mic over there. How you guys doing?
Hello, people.
Old school Denver Nuggets hat in the house.
All right.
Digging on that. All right. We've also got Todd Armstrong here with Todd's Toker Topics. How you doing, Todd?
Not too bad. How you been?
Great. What do we got for a topic today?
Following your dreams.
Oh, and speaking of dreams, I understand you recorded a DVD.
Yes, with the help of Ganja John, of course.
Oh, fantastic. We'll talk about that and more coming up in hour 2 here as well. But first, let's go to our virtual studio in Astoria, Oregon, where our senior news editor, Cannabis Carrie, is hanging out. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, full studio.
I know, and the virtual studio is back, too.
The virtual studio is back. Apparently, when the heat gets over 70 in Astoria, our internet doesn't work.
Yeah, just blazing heat wave there in Astoria. All right, what do we got in the news today, Carrie?
Well, today we're going to talk about an interesting council meeting in a smaller town in Virginia. Also, we're going to go to Montana, where some people that are making a lawsuit are looking for some donations to continue that lawsuit. But first up, we've been talking about, I know you talked about an hour or two yesterday, but that landmark historic passage of a bill in Connecticut, we're going to talk about that first up on the hemp headlines.
All right. I've also got some news from across the pond where the GW Pharmaceuticals cannabinoid drug Sativex has gotten approved in more countries. We'll tell you which ones and how that bodes for medical marijuana here in America. Also coming up on today's show, it's Electric Tuesday, but I'm going to take a break from the electric tunes and bring you video from one of the bands that played at Cinco de Mota in Dallas. We got some music from Bum Lucky, so check that out coming up at 20 after. And then after we get done with Todd's Toker Topics, we're going to give you a whole collection of videos from 2 different locations at the Global Cannabis March. I was out in Dallas. We'll bring you some videos where the CBS 11 News team came out, as well as the executive director of DFW NORML, Sean McAllister, his speech there at Cinco de Mota. Then we're going to come back to Portland, my hometown here, for their March videos. Our own Herb Thrasher was in one. We've got John Lucy for another one, and we've got Sarah Frank from Moms for Marijuana. All of that from the Portland March, plus more, coming up right now on NORML Show Live. Stay tuned.
You're listening to NORML Show Live, the voice of the marijuana nation.
Weedmaps.com. I'm Radical Russ from NORML. In my job as outreach coordinator, I travel every month, and when I'm on the road, I need a fast, accurate way to find the medical marijuana dispensaries in the area. So I turn to Weedmaps.com. Weedmaps.com has the best dispensary locator online or on your mobile device. Search by zip code or let Weedmaps find you, and in seconds you'll have the addresses, phone numbers, and customer service reviews for the medical marijuana dispensaries in the local area. Weedmaps.com also has a section devoted to helping you find a doctor who understands and recommends medical marijuana under your state's law. You can even check prices on the Medical Marijuana Stock Exchange. Coming soon, you'll even be able to find the listings of NORML attorneys and chapters, local head shops and grow shops, and the best weed-friendly businesses. Weedmaps.com has the information you need to be an informed cannabis consumer. Visit Weedmaps.com today, a proud sponsor of the NORML Network.
Inhaling deeply of the sacred
This is Normal Show Live.
Hi, I'm Radical Russ. One of the best things about marijuana is the wonderful aroma. But when you travel a lot like I do, that aroma becomes a suspicious smell. That's why I endorse stealth-products.com, the leaders in smell-proof containers. From smell-proof vacuum bags to smell-proof backpacks and duffel bags, all the way to smell-proof digital safes, stealth-products.com has you covered. Stealth-products.com brings you safe, secure, odorless layers of protection with activated carbon fiber. Backpacks and duffel bags are simple black so as not to attract attention with a logo or flashy design. Now, nothing is perfectly odor controlled from the detection of drug dogs, but with proper vigilance, containers from stealth-products.com will help you avoid nosy humans.
You're now listening to Elliot Beats.
Stealth-products.com. Stealth-products.com.
Medical marijuana, industrial hemp, consumer cannabis. It's time for this week's Normal News with Cannabis Carrie.
We talked about an hour or two yesterday, and it was the talk of the community over the weekend. The Connecticut Senate debated much longer than anticipated over the medical marijuana law they were considering last Friday, but ultimately voted to approve that bill that was approved by the House earlier in the session. Connecticut NORML coordinator Eric Williams worked hard on the language of the bill and pushed for its passing through both legislative bodies and now on to the governor's desk. Governor Daniel Malloy is expected to sign the historic bill. Statewide efforts to get this medical marijuana bill passed resulted in tens of thousands of phone calls, letters, and meetings with legislators. Patients as well as doctors reached out to state legislators asking them to pass this law. The Senate voted 21-13 to approve the bill to legalize medical marijuana for those that qualify after a contentious 10-hour debate. The House had previously passed that bill 91-56 in April. With the governor's signature, the law would go into effect on April 1st. Now, here are some specifics of Connecticut's new law. To qualify, you need to be certified by a physician of having cancer, glaucoma, HIV, AIDS, Parkinson's disease, MS, damage to the nervous tissue of the spinal cord with objective neurological indication of intractable spasticity, epilepsy, cachexia, wasting syndrome, Crohn's disease, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, they also made a provision where the Department of Consumer Protection, along with an eight-member board of physicians that would be established under the new law, can also approve any medical condition for the program if they review the case and deem that patient eligible. Now, it is a no home grow law, meaning that the marijuana a patient receives must come from a dispensary where only a pharmacist can dispense the medical marijuana to the registered patient. Now, you have to be 18, prisoners can't qualify, and they do allow a designated primary caregiver as long as they have never had a controlled substance violation to obtain and possess medical cannabis for the purpose of providing it to their registered patients. Now, doctors are barred from any financial gain in a dispensary business. That's quite common in the new laws now. And producers would pay to be licensed to cultivate marijuana to distribute it to a dispensary, of which the state will have at least 3, but no more than 10. A fee to be a producer is $25,000, and you'd have to renew that every 5 years. Health insurers do not have to pay for medical marijuana, as stated in the bill. Now, the quantities are a bit of a gray area in the bill. A patient can have no more than a 1-month supply at any given time. Landlords, employers, and schools cannot discriminate against you if you are a medical marijuana patient. Now, this is not the first time lawmakers have passed a medical marijuana bill in Connecticut. They passed a bill in 2007, but then Governor Jody Rell vetoed it. And last year, Governor Daniel P. Malloy backed a medical marijuana bill that would have allowed patients to grow their own marijuana, but it failed to become a law when it was voted down in the House. So congratulations, Connecticut, our newest medical marijuana state.
Yes, let's hear it for the state of Connecticut. The Nutmeg State has recognized medical use of cannabis. We could point out, nitpick some of the bad things in here. I mean, not letting anyone under 18 have medical marijuana. Well, that's kind of problematic. There are some kids who have some severe problems. Epilepsy is one of them that I can think of where they could benefit from medical use of cannabis. Not having home grow, of course, that's problematic. We always want to see patients be able to grow their own medicine in these laws. But generally here, I think it's pretty good. I do worry about that 1-month supply. I know in Washington State, when they passed their law,